kita boleh start. Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Jelas ke suara semua? Okay, alhamdulillah jelas. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. And very good afternoon to all my IIUM brothers and sisters. Welcome to our second sharing session, HR Management Matters. Today, we have Madam Asnili Marniwati Ahmad, Deputy Director of HR Management MSD, to share with us some process and procedures of HR management. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our speaker, Madam Asnili, to begin the session today. Please welcome.
Wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you, Brother Hakim. So inshallah today we would like to have a HR sharing session on the topic of HRM. So inshallah we will start the session. I'll share the slide.
Bawah tadi. Kita zoom.
Zoom dulu. Okay, HR sharing session on human resource management matters. Okay, basically, we would like to introduce first the portfolio under MSD. So we have our executive director, led by Datuk Abdul Rahim, and then our director, Madam Amina Kostur. So we have 4 portfolio under MSD. Basically, okay, the first portfolio is human resource management, led by one deputy director. And then we have human resource development, we have corporate services and IT services. Basically, the portfolio under HRM is the first portfolio, human resource management. Okay, basically, I would like to thank you, the organizing committee, to invite us to share, have a little bit sharing on human resource management. So basically, people will ask us, what is the role of human resource management, right? This is a big question. So to me, when we are on this portfolio, what we think is that probably just rearrange the wording with little bit of amendment will serve the answer. So what you think the answer is? Managing human resource. Yeah, just rearrange the wording with a little bit of amendment. Basically, the role of human resource management is managing human resource. But it's not as simple as that. Let me share what is under managing human resource. Okay. Human resource management, basically we have 4 important portfolio under HRM. So we have employment academic unit, we have employment non-academic unit, we have services unit, we have employee benefits and HR relation units. Okay, if you see under employment academic unit, the role for this unit, basically we are doing the academic staff recruitment, hiring, right? And then we also have a contract appointment and renewal. That's what we did here. Visiting scholars, We have shareholders. Also, we involve in PR applications, documentations, and payroll advice. So this is a little bit very brief introduction to the employment academic unit. So the officer in charge is Sister Ayunita. Okay. So the next unit under HRM is employment non-academic unit. So under this employment non-academic unit, basically we are doing the administrative and technical staff recruitment. We are doing the contract employment and renewal. We have the job rotation and transfer of staff. It's under this unit. SKP warrant, I'll explain a little bit more on SKP warrant, and of course the payroll advice. Okay, the third unit is a services unit. So this is the important unit. Also, we are doing on the merit and time-based promotion, both for academic and admin. Okay, we have confirmation. We process the confirmation of staff, academic and admin. We have staff service scheme. Okay, I'll explain a little bit on this. We have a HR policies, asset declaration, and of course, payroll advice. Okay, the fourth unit under HRM is employee benefits and HR relation unit. So this is the unit that talk about the employee benefits, industrial relation, leave management, staff association, staff exit. Yeah, basically, other than that, the most important is SOCSO scheme, secondment out, and the payroll advice. Okay, if you go back to the officer that may assist. Okay, the members of IIM community, like I said earlier, the employment academic, you may refer anything regarding the employment academic unit to Madam Sister Ayunita. Employment non-academic unit to Sister Nur Suryati. Right, services unit, we have Sister Razima. And under employee benefit and HR relation unit, we have Sister Rohani. So this is basically the small team, but the big task for us to handle, then this is our responsibility, inshallah. Okay, let me, because this is a sharing session, don't expect everything in the book, but I would like to share that something that just struck my mind. What are people outside there would like to know other than things that already in the staff handbook, right, or in the policy? Basically, just a sharing session. If let's say you would like to do further, then just contact us. We are more than happy to serve all of you here. So basically, I will share the current number of staff, including the permanent and contract staff. So as of 13th of August, okay, I ran this data yesterday. The current number of IUM staff is 5,410, where our academic is 1960 and our administrative staff is 3445. It's a very huge number. This is a number that we have right now. So this number was appointed through 144 types of grades. I will explain how we define the grades, right? So from this 144, basically we have 33 grades for academics and 111 grades for administrative. Okay. This is not including those on part-time basis and those that we appointed through special appointment. This is mainly from the permanent and contract appointment. Okay, this is the one that I tried to share with you. Okay, types of grades for academic. So if you see the appointment of academic staff, we have various grades. In total, it's about 33 only. Right, we have AF. AF meant for academic fellow. Right, the first row, this one, academic fellow. We have academic fellow 1. We have academic fellow 2, academic fellow 3. This is type of academic fellow 4. It have different meaning of all of it based on the qualification, of course. And then we have CNI. CNI is our clinical nursing instructor. It's also under academic appointment. Okay, we have under this grade, we have also under academic, we have also DG, right? DG 41, DG 44, 48, 52. Okay, and then next we have DS. Okay, all the digits in front we call service of scheme. Not scheme of service, sorry, scheme of service. So it will when we appoint our staff, it will be based on the scheme of service. So this is that I'm trying to share with you is that types of grades under the scheme of service for academic. Okay, we just continue. Okay, DG we have 41, 44, 48, 52. And then DS is scheme pensyarah, our lecturer scheme. We have from 45, right, appointment through their master degree, 45, and then we have 51, 52, 53, 54, right? And then we have DU scheme for our medical lecturers. We have DU 51, we have DU 51P, we have DU 53, DU 54, 55 until 56. Okay, when it come with DU, it means for the dental. For the medical lecturer, right? And then we also have DUF. We have DUF 45, DUF 52, DUF 54. Okay, this is for the pharmacy lecturer, right? Okay, we have next we have DUG 51. We have DUG 51P, DUG 53, DUG 54, DUG 56. Okay, this is for our dental lecturer, all the dentists. Okay, next we also have the research fellow, RF. Right now we only have one research fellow at the Kuliah of Science, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, RF2. And then, of course, for the academic scheme of service, we have a VK5, VK6, VK7, and V5 is basically this is from our database, the newly appointed deputy rector academic. Okay. So if you see the legend below there, okay, the white box, right? The white box, it represents the PSD. PSD is a public service department, but we call it as JPA, scheme of service. Okay, if you find that you try to search as PSD, you won't see this, the blue one, academic fellow, CNI, research fellow. There is no names under the JPA scheme of services, scheme of service. Okay, because why? Because the blue one is IIUM scheme of service. It's established under our own scheme of service. Okay. Okay, this is the most long list grades under the administrative. So still the same. The way of reading it is if B is the scheme of service under B, C we have F scheme, right? For IT people, we have G, H. We have J for engineer, kejuruteraan. We have KP for our security guard. We have L scheme for our legal. Okay, this is the most, okay, we have N, quite long list, N11 until N54. We have R3, we have S, right? S, we have U11. U also is a long list, mostly for the medical area. 11 until 54, and then we have VU5, VU6, VU7, and then we have W scheme. This is for our finance and our accounting area. We have 19 until 54. So basically the understanding of this scheme is very important, where it will show where the appointment is being, your salary is being given by this scheme of appointment, by the scheme of services. All right. Okay, next, what we do with this list of scheme. Okay, I would like to share basically how.
You just now ask.
Come again?
SA1 is for what? Post SA1.
H11. H11, H14 is for driver scheme.
SA1. SA1, religious.
SA1 is one thing, and R3, I think that's something new.
The last one after 54.
Yeah, basically this what we call it, this post, but the body is still with us. So the scheme still with us, R3 and SA1. You'll see it's no longer, not many in the scheme. I think just left R3 with one staff, and our SA also not many. because this is the previous scheme, but the staff is still with us. So this scheme will be until his or she retirement period. Okay. Okay, let me just share how about how to assign staff IDs under permanent or contract. So this is also very important. Why? Because the
Madam Asnili,
yes.
can we go back to the previous slide?
Okay, may I know who is the on the line?
Nuraini from library.
Okay, madam. Yes, madam.
The previous slide too. After S54, the executive directors, where are they?
Executive director is a VU VU 7.
765 there.
Because once they go for this top management post, they are been called by VU scheme.
I see. So that's why you didn't list it down here.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters, maybe we can go through your questions later at the end of the sessions. So you may post your questions at the chat partition there. Okay, we'll go through with the presentation first, yeah?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Sister Atira. So no worry, any question, although after the session also, you may ask us at any time. Just send an email, or you have our number, use WhatsApp. All communication will be accepted, inshallah. Okay. Okay, next I would like to share how we assign the staff ID under permanent or contract. Okay, this is very important. Why? Because once you've been assigned with the staff ID code, it will be basically relates to the benefits that that the staff will be receiving. Will be received. So if you see the first row, staff ID. Start from 999, meaning the number can be, the sequence number will be from 1 to 999. So the second column, description, basically it's a personal type. Basically this also reflect the type of appointment, right? Okay, let me share the first row. We have a permanent, and the second, yes, the ID running number is 999. Okay, it's a contract to permanent. And then we also have the contract staff. Contract staff also the staff ID starting with the number, right? The number. Then you see the fourth one, fifth and sixth. You will see it will be started with what we call code, right? CFKTBC. Okay, when your staff under your KCDIOs, right, having this type of identification, so basically we know the status, and we know what benefit that they are being assigned. Okay, at MSD, Alhamdulillah, we already prepared one sheet of what we call that staff service matrix. So inshallah we will share with the community. So this staff service matrix, basically we would like to plot, we would like to matrix it based on the staff ID and what is the list of benefits that they are entitled. Okay, it's very important. Okay. If you see the third column remarks, right? You see the first permanent and contract to permanent. Basically, this is warranted by the JPA, by PSD. Okay, contract staff. Okay, under this category, basically is our international staff, our contract Malaysian, research fellow, academic fellow, and our CNI. I remember the one that I explained earlier. Okay, this fall under the staff ID running number, and we classify it under contract staff. Okay, on top of these three category, we also have the CF. Okay, CF basically what we give the ID to reflect the contract staff hired under IIUM Central Fund. So basically CF we use for our administrative staff. You will find no academic staff that been assigned with the CF or the KT or the BC. Basically all is for our administrative staff. So the KT, what make difference with the CF still contract staff, but it's hired under KCDIO's trust fund. Right, so it's very important for our administrative at the KCDIOs to understand that when the staff been hired under this code, so you will know CF is under IUM Central Fund. If the ID, the staff ID is KT, is hired under our KCDIO Trust Fund. If BC is a contract hired, either or, because this is the BC is the previous name that we used before 2012. So we still maintain because the number has been used since the appointment, right? But the new one after 2012, you will be saying that only CF and KT. Okay. Okay, other than that, assignment of staff IDs under part-time or placement basis. Okay, this one you will see we have the code with the PT and PH. Right, for your understanding is that PT is our part-time, either be academic or administrative, and they are paid by hourly rate. Okay, that makes different with the contract staff. The contract staff is by the monthly rate, but the PT, either academic or admin, it will be paid by the hourly rate. Right, and then we also have PH. PH basically just so to assign to our COCO trainers, understand. And then also we agreed recently in the meeting that PH to be assigned to our uniform bodies. We have Pelapis, Suksis, JPAM, right? Some of them also receiving some honorarium, the COCO trainers. So this kind of category, you will see that the ID number that been generated in the HURIS is PH, right? Okay. Okay, this is also interesting. Other than the one that I share due to the permanent basis, the contract, the part-time, you also have assignment of IDs on the other type of appointments. So basically, we would like to share if the ID start with P is for president, so only unique one, right? P, and then we have also special appointment. We use the code as A, Board of Governors, our academic trainee. Our academic trainee, basically our staff before joining as IUM staff, they are going for the study leave, right? We send them for the master or PhD. Upon returning from their study, they will become our staff on the academic grade, academic scheme of service. Okay, we also have our visiting scholar, VS. You see the VS? Okay, basically VS is under the visiting scholar, we have our adjunct appointee, we have visiting appointee. Right, what makes difference? Adjunct normally we meant for the international, we meant for the external practitioner outside the university. Right, so we call it adjunct. Okay, we have just to share. Now we have our adjunct Malaysian National Laureate. Right, our Professor Muhammad Saleh. And then we have quite a list of adjunct professors and adjunct fellow. And then we have also visiting appointee. Okay, under visiting appointee, we have the visiting professors, visiting fellow, and visiting researchers. Okay, this is all what we call that. We call them as our visiting scholars. Okay, they give us input for our academic review and all this for academic institutions. Okay, we also have GW. GW is for our guest writer. Right now we have one guest writer, Professor Rashid Moten. Okay, I will share that guest writer been appointed with the assignment to write books on certain topics that have been identified by the university. Right, they have their own KPI. Okay, we also have HP, honorary professor or advisor. Now we have our honorary professor. We call it honorary advisor for centris. We have Prof Kamal. Right, under this code HP, and then we also have EF and SINP. So this is basically for EF for IUM endowment fund staff. They are paying by themselves, but they are in our system for non-staff. So we also have SINP for the secondment in no pay. So this one is a code been given to our staff that for the cleaner under the daya bersih. So their code under university is SNNP. Okay. Okay, let me share about the source of budget. This is very important because lately we have the information from Datuk Zailan. If you remember those attended AC meeting, Datuk Zailan did share with us about that university are running a deficit right now. So it's very important, and we have the responsibility, to help our university in managing our resources and budget. So basically, just to share that the source of budget, we have basically the big source of budget, right, for the human resource management is through ABM budget. Okay, ABM in JPA they call it as belanja mengurus, anggaran belanja mengurus. But for understanding purpose, we can call it as a warrant budget, right, for staff on permanent status and for staff under the contract to permanent status. They are being paid, the salary is being paid under warrant budget. Okay, the second big category of source of budget for HRM is through the contract and central budget. Okay, this is the most important things that all the appointment for international staff is under this category. Our research fellow is under this category, our academic fellow, our CNI. On top of that, we have our contract Malaysian, either be academic or admin. Okay, this one I will just explain a little bit. Contract Malaysian is those that already retired and then they are being appointed again as our staff, right, after their retirement, after 60 years or whatever age that they opt for the retirement. And then when they apply for the application for the contract staff after compulsory retirement, we put them under this category, no longer under the warrant budget, right? The left one, only up to 60 years old. Okay, once academic staff, they have retired at 60 years old and then they come back due to specialization that still we need the area of expertise, and then we appoint them to our system. They are appointed under the second category through contract of central budget. Okay, same goes to our admin as well. The one that we have right now, our contract Malaysian, either be before the retirement or after the retirement is fall under this category. So and then the part time also. So what we would like to justify is that the second part of the budget, right, through this contract and central budget is very challenging. Right. Okay. This is where our university would like us to look again and to revisit. Okay. You see, I showed the button, the red button coming out from the top, is being stating that the source of budget is now decreasing. So it's not, it's beyond our control. So if let's say recently, you will find that some of our contract staff and our part-time staff been reduced, right? The number is being reduced from the from our appointment, right? Been reduced. Let's say previously they have 4 and then we reduced to 2. In fact, some KCDI only get 1. So we would like to justify that why it becomes like this, because you see, because we are sharing under all the same vote for the contract for the staff that listed in the second box, because this money is come for we are paying for international staff as well, research fellow, academic fellow, our CNI, our contract staff, our part-time. So the impact of reducing from the government, the impact of the reduced budget from the government for the contract budget, somehow or other it have a very high impact to our appointment of our contract staff. So this is why we would like to justify why the number of contract staff, right? What more if you are requesting for the new contract staff. So it's very challenging not to say no, but sometimes we have to very careful in terms of, we discuss with the KCDIOs. If let's say the requirement is very critical and then we cannot compromise on that, then inshallah the management will agree for the appointment. But let's see if we can leverage with our existing staff, right? The number of permanent staff is there, then probably the appointment to be revisited. Okay, that's what we would like to share. Okay, I think I hope this will give some inputs, right? what been happening last 2-3 months for the contract staff and part-time staff. Okay. Okay, now let me share about the current number of staff permanent and contract. Sorry, I would like to share that, I would like to inform that only permanent staff have warrant given by PSD from the PSD and MOE, Ministry of Education. So right now, IUM is been given a total warrant of 5353. Very nice number. This is total warrant that been given to us. So for your information, IUM, meaning for the whole campus, we have 3868 warrant from the list of grades that we have, like I explained earlier. And then another 1485 is under SASMA at IIMC, our IIM Medical Center previously, right? So the total number is 5353. So for your information, since 2016, 17, 18, 19, during our budget meeting, right, with JPA and MOE, we always try to fight for additional posts, right? We try to fight for additional, at least one. They didn't accept it, right? Very sedih lah, very sedih. So kita nak, if can, we would like to have a number to become 5355, right? 5360 ke, macam tu. But just for the past 4 years, even single warrant are not been allocated for additional. So what happening is that we are trying very hard to make a human resource transformation in terms of we are assigning a post to the critical department, but it's not easy task. It's not an easy task basically, but we have to face it. Okay, this is a new development of the warrant, right? The new development of warrant. What they call in JPA, they call it by Pejawatan Pukal. Okay, in our straight translation maybe lump sum warrant, I don't know, but they use as Pejawatan Pukal. So recently we, if I can share, right, this is an email from Unit Pembangunan Organisasi under Kementerian Pengurusan Sumber Manusia under MOE. They work hands in hands with JPA. So you see the instruction there, right? Selaras dengan ketetapan dan persetujuan dalam sesi makmal pelaksanaan Pejawatan Pukal dalam waran pejawatan di UA pada 12 November. So just a recent development, 12 November 2019, that they have decided pengguna pakaian senarai pejawatan, carta organisasi dan carta fungsi untuk kelulusan agensi pusat seperti berikutlah. They ask for the, if here we provide the list of posts that we have. Number one. Number two, they would like us to prepare the organization chart for each KCDISOs in IIUM, and they would like we to prepare the functional chart. Okay, these two entries very important. In fact, we are studying each and every single function or unit or organizations under university. We have a total, if I'm mistaken, is 174 small units and small office or big office under IUM. Right. So each and every staff that we would like to put under the office has to come with the chart, with the organization chart and with the functional chart. Okay. What I would like to share here is that starting last year, and the implementation is to 2020, what JPA and MOE is requested to remind us that now the university is no longer the warrant, right? The post is no longer according to the original placement or ownership of the KCIOs for any replacement exercise due to transfer or promotion. Okay, what it means that if previously maybe some of you are aware that, okay, for example, I give example like, okay, MSD office. Basically, previously when we submitted for the warrant, right, for the post, probably during that time, MSD submitted for the 60 posts, right, for example, 60 posts with a various range of scheme of services. Okay, with this Perjawatan Pukal, it's no longer like that, right? The 60 numbers warrant that been allocated to MSD is not have the ownership of MSD anymore. It can be less or it can be more. Meaning it can be go down to 50. It also can go up to 65. Why? Because the Perjawatan Pukal. Okay, the spirit of that is that it based on the critical or requirement, the critical requirement of each and every officers. Okay, so what we can put here that the warrant may be assigned based on the criticalness of respective TCDIOs. So it's no longer meaning, let's say, okay, previously you have 10, and then when one post is the staff is retired, you are claiming that where is the post? We need the replacement right now because the previous 10 years the post was there since 20 years, right? 25 years. But now, starting 2020, is no longer like that. It all been put at the university level, and then it will be assigned based on the criticalness of the respective KCIOs. Okay, that is the new development of Perjawatan Pukal that we would like to share. Okay, now basically, after I'm sharing all those things on the scheme of service, the grades, right? And then the new development of the assignment of IDs, that staff IDs. Okay, this is, I think you always see in our staff handbook, right? Okay, this is not a new one. So basically just a refresh knowledge, the appeal for revision of salary, just to be reminded that all staff that been appointed, right? If you, let's say you have an appeal for revision of salary due to probably, example that we always face here is that when we recruit staff, the last round salary is 4,000, for example, right? But during that time, the SI is not received yet. Maybe join IIUM in month of January, but the SI at the previous employment, is April. And then when join with IIUM, so the staff claimed that I didn't receive the salary, the annual salary increment yet. Right. Okay. If let's say the scenario is like this, you have been recruited during the interview. We ask you the pay slip, right? We ask the staff the pay slip, and then the salary during that time, during the interview, right? During the interview is 3,000, and then after he reported for duty after within 1 to 3 months or 1 to 3 months after the notice to the previous employee. And then his salary is adjusted to another 1 SI, right, in February. Okay, for example, in February, adjusted for another 1 SI. And then in month of March, he reported for duty in IIUM, right? Moment he reported for duty in IIUM in the months of March, okay, this is a very important clause that any appeal for the revision of salary to be made within 3 months after the reported for duty date. Meaning if he reported for duty in March and then he forget to make a revision for the annual salary increment that happened in February, and then only July and come back to us to revise. So that is bring the problem, because the policy stated that the appeal within 3 months after report for duty. Okay, and the second point is that it's allowed only once during the period of service. Okay, of course, the revision of salary, it will be based on the experience and qualification. Okay, because why I highlight this one? Because maybe the staff forget to represent the new pay slip after report for duty, and then during that time the salary already in place. After 3 months only they came back to us, so it's like quite a hard time for us to to adjust for it, because the policy stating that appeal within 3 months is very important. Okay. Okay, this is determination of month for annual salary increment. This also, I think most of you are aware. Okay, but just for to refresh, date of appointment or promotion within January to March. So the annual salary increment date will be in January, right? And then if April to June, the ASI date will be in April. July to September in July. October to December is October. Okay. Okay, this also we would like to share regarding the renewal of contract staff. Both apply to academic and administrative staff. So renewal process normally happens 4 to 6 months before expiry. Why? For local staff, inshallah, it's not, the problem is not that much, because if the letter is issued 4 months prior expiry is okay. But we have to be careful for our international staff, because they need to process their visa, right? The passport and everything. That's why the process should be within to be processed earlier, much earlier. Okay, because we have to inform them earlier so that they can arrange for the visa and everything. So that's why you see for academic, the expiry of contract is 31st July, but the process of renewal, let me remind all KCIUs, our academic, the Center of Studies, right? Academic staff expiry contract is 31st July. So we will start the exercise normally in November or December of the year, right? Okay, let's say for example, 2020, the expiry of the contract is 31st July. So you'll be seeing that in November and December of 2019, we already put the process already. Okay, and then it also for the administrative and technical staff, the expiry of contract is 30th June. Okay, this also we have the experience where our administration at KCIUs, they just terlepas pandang the expiry of contract of their staff, right? Okay, but what the new development of the administrative and technical staff, we put one date as well, like academics will be expired in 31st July. For administrative and technical staff, we expired in 30th June, but the process will be started 4 to 6 months earlier before the expiry. So we urge that all the KCIUs to aware of the process, so that we are being justice to the staff. Because what happened when we didn't receive the contract renewal, let's say in the case of our contract staff to permanent, right? For the contract staff, the status contract to permanent, when we didn't receive the recommendation from the supervisor, from the KCIUs, before the date had been given, what happened that instead of they can be permanent in July, right, after this July, but they've been extended the contract. So we are not being justice to them, just simply because we are just maybe terlepas pandang, I guess. But it's very important. We already put the reminder through email. We send the names, and please go through the list and give your recommendation, right? Okay, in this occasion also, right, I would like just to just run through this list of meetings under human resource management, because the idea is that we would like to share there are about 10 lists of meetings, about 10 meetings being coordinated at MSD and the human resource management, and this committee is very important. This list of committee, they decided on the area that they are being asked. So if you see from the list of meetings that I will present soon, none of the what we call that the decision is made by MSD. right? I just to emphasize that under human resource management of MSD, our task is on the role of our task is only as a secretariat. So let me share. Okay, the first meeting, right? We have 10. I'll go through quite just sikit lah. Okay, we have Staff Service Committee, SSC. So you'll see this committee, the chairman is our rector, and then we have the members. Okay, the members normally representative of BOG, representative of Senate. Yeah, we have two, representative of Senate, and then we have executive director of MSD as a member, and then director of MSD as secretary, and of course, we under HRM as the secretariat. So we are just pencatat minute lah, basically. Right? So the things that been deliberated in this committee, they have their own committee. Okay. This staff service committee is a very what we call that, a very important committee, because all the issue on the staff service be deliberated here, right? Okay. The decision of the SSC shall be distributed and shared the knowledge of IIM community in the form of MSD circular, service circular, or MSD service circular letter. Okay, like I mentioned just now, right? Staff Service Committee is a very important committee. Most of the decision made for our service, for staff benefit, for I think every angle of the staff service, right, been deliberated here. So this is very important that the service circular and the circular letter to be read. Right? Okay. What's different between service circular and circular letter? Okay, just for sharing, right? For sharing. Okay, service circular basically in IUM we call it MSD circular, MSD service circular. It is a complete information as the circular itself to be implemented. Kalau dekat JPA, at JPA we call it perkeliling perkhidmatan. Okay. And then we also have circular letter. So previously I also confused what is different between service circular and circular letter. So just to share lah supaya apa ni, tak adalah ramai yang confused macam saya kan dulu. Okay, service circular circular letter. What it means by circular letter is MSD service circular letter issued for an extended information, improvement or amendment with regards to the main circular issued earlier. Okay, meaning the main circular issued earlier, the first box, right, the service circular, or action to be taken by respective departments with regards to the content of the circular letter. So basically, it's the extended information based on the main circular service circular that been issued. Okay, at JPA they call it surat perkeliling perkhidmatan. Okay, as I told you that this circular is very important, where we can read these important documents, right? Okay, if the committee deliberated the most important thing for our service as staff, so we as staff have to know where to read these important documents. Okay, let me share. These important documents, firstly, you can get through the announcement on the current release. So basically, if you're aware, every time after SSC meeting, probably after the minutes are endorsed and right, you will receive through the announcement on the current release. All right. Okay. If let's say you miss to read the current release through your email, what you can do is that you go through MSD website. Okay, I'll share you here at MSD website. You go under the resource center, right? You click on the resource center, and then you click on the HR circular. Under resource center, we have HR references. Under HR references, we have HR circular. So at HR circular, you will find all those circulars that been decided and been adopted by IUM for the service of IUM staff. So it's very important to read the circular and then to have the understanding. If you don't understand, just call us, just email us, or just call come to our office. We are more than happy to explain. All right, this is a very important information that all of our staff to know. Okay. So okay, this one most of the things under HRM, okay, we also become the secretariat for the IPAS, the interview panel for promotion of academic staff. They have their own members. Okay, we have also the special emplacement committee, SEC, to recommend for the promotion of our staff to VK6 and VK5. This also, they have their own committee. We are the secretariat. And then we have the academic staff selection committee meeting, ASSC, where we do the selection, we do the recruitment of the academic staff. Okay, the chairman is the director. We have the members there, right? Then we have the pre-EPAS, the pre-interview panel for promotion of academic staff. You see, for the promotion for our academic staff, we have 2 tier of meeting. First is the pre-EPAS, and then EPAS. Just now EPAS, this one is the pre. Pre is the prima facie stage, right? Pre-interview stage. So the members, we have all our senior professors, and of course, still we are the secretariat. And then we have also the specialist assessment committee. This is for our DU and UG to be given the VK7 without title, basically time-based promotion. Right, they have their own members as well, the specialists in the relevant field. Right, and then we have the merit-based promotion for DG scheme. Okay, we have the confirmation in service for academic. We have this one basically it seldom happen, but lately it's quite regular. The revised criteria for promotion of academic staff, we call it REPAS, right? They have their own members. Okay, and then for admin, we have the administrative staff selection committee, AGSSC. So this is the committee that we are doing the hiring for our administrative staff. Okay, the chairman is our executive director of MSD, and then we have the members, director of MSD, director of finance, and then this is on a rotation basis, 2 officers holding the same or higher post than the post being considered. And then we have the secretariat. And then last but not least, I would like to share that merit-based promotion for administrative and technical, we have 3 types of what we call a committee for the grade 1 to 40, grade 41 to 44, and grade 48 to 54. Okay. Okay, this is very important. I would like to share the duration of ineligibility for consideration of promotion. Right, previous slide we putting the committee for promotion, but this is very important. If let's say our staff, right, it's not nice to talk about this chapter basically, because when our staff have been given the punishment of either be warning, right, suspension without salary, fine, right, deferment of salary, movement, denial. Okay, this is the punishment category, right? Demotion, reduction of salary. Okay, the impact is that the duration of ineligibility for consideration of promotion been imposed. Okay, let's see the staff been given the warning letter. Okay, I have to stress here, right? The duration of ineligibility will take effect from the date of disciplinary punishment was what is this? The meeting of the the staff disciplinary committee, SDC, right? The date of staff disciplinary committee. So when the committee imposed the date, the punishment is like in the following table: duration of ineligibility for consideration. For example, right? If let's say you been confirmed, right, on the punishment from the SDC for the warning. Okay, you are supposed to be promoted in January this year, right? But because of this this punishment, your promotion been deferred to another 12 months, right? Okay, you can see the point 2. If there is more than one disciplinary punishment for one charge, then the duration of ineligibility will be based on the most punishment. For example, right? For example, the staff been given the warning of 12 months and the fine, right? The fine is in item number 3 for 18 months. So the ineligibility for consideration of promotion will become 18 months. So it will defer your promotion date, right? Yeah. Okay, and then the third point, if there is more than one disciplinary case, right? More than one disciplinary case, which amounts to a disciplinary punishment, the officer can only be considered after the expiry of total duration of ineligibility based on the punishment imposed. Okay, what this means? Basically, the warning 12 months. Okay, basically, if for example, the staff been given a warning, the punishment is warning for 12 months and reduction of salary for 36 months. So because of two charge, right? Two charge because more than two disciplinary cases. So what will be happening? The promotion date will become to 48 months, 12 plus 36. So to remind myself, to remind all the staff, right? This is very important. We try to do our best to, if possible, right, not to fall under this punishment, inshallah. Okay, this is also important clause at termination of service. Okay, it's very severe punishment on this. Basically, staff members who are terminated due to absent without leave or without permission or poor performance, right? Poor performance after performance improvement plan. We have PIP. Okay, the impact is very severe that the staff will not entitled for any retirement or end of service benefit. For example, this will make the whole ineligibility for the RBF, the golden handshake and gratuity. So let's pray that we are not fall under this category, right? The termination of service. It's a very severe punishment because let's say you've been terminated by the university, and then you are serving more than 10 years with the university, but towards the end you don't have your RBF, you don't have your golden handshake, but more your gratuity, right? Okay, this I don't think I would like to elaborate this because this is a very reading a book information. You can just read from the staff handbook what is the meaning of annual leave, half pay leave, and this kind of leave. Okay, but this is interesting, retirement benefit. So at least from day one, we've been recruited by the university, right? We will be retired one day, right? Okay, so for this retirement benefits, who is eligible? So basically, this topic is for the IUM staff who are appointed on permanent basis, have confirmed in service, and have served the university for not less than 10 years. Okay. You see retirement benefits. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 benefits.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
Sorry. Okay, we have first retirement benefit. You see, the difference between if you are retired in at the range of age of 50 to 49, right? And then another column is age 40 to compulsory retirement, whatever option that you take, right? Okay, you will see the first column, age 40 to 49, if you are retired within the range of 40 to 49, you will not receive your service gratuity. And you also cannot receive the medical treatment at IUM Health and Wellness IUM Medical Center, our SASMAC, right? And Government Hospital and IJN. So this knowledge is very important for us, right? If we intend to retire early, basically, if you intend to retire at the age of 49, just make it at 50, so that you can receive the benefit of service gratuity and medical treatment at IUM and all the government hospital and IJN, right? Okay, this is different, right? So if you see 40 to 49, because we have the experience where our staff, they make an optional early retirement at the age of 49. And then maybe during that time, he didn't aware of this, right? He put an option at the age of 49. What happened that he didn't receive his service gratuity. It's a lot of money basically under service gratuity. Let me show how to calculate. At least we have a preparation from now, how to at least know what university give to us, right? Okay, golden handshake. Okay, golden handshake, the formula is number of days times basic salary plus fixed allowances divided by 30. Okay, so how to get your basic salary and fixed allowances in order to prepare yourself for the retirement age? Okay, basically the basic salary and fixed allowances, this formula you just plug in your total, your today total salary, basically this year total salary basically, and then you plus with the amount of ASI that been given according to your grade, time years left for service, right? Okay, for example, let's say your ASI is 255, and then your year of service left another 10 years, so the number will become 2550 plus your current salary as of today. Okay, this is an example, right? So you plug in into the formula, you will get 150 days times this example. After you put your basic salary plus fixed allowances using the formula given, let's say for example it's 4,200. Divide by 30, you will get the benefit from the payment from the university for 21,000. Right? Okay, how about the service gratuity? Okay, service gratuity is been calculated 7.5% times the months of your reckonable service times last drawn basic salary. What's different between golden handshake and service gratuity? If you see, golden handshake, the calculation is based on basic salary plus your fixed allowances, meaning your total salary. But for service gratuity, the formula is based on the last drawn basic salary, not including your fixed allowance. So how to have your last drawn basic salary into the formula for the service gratuity in order to prepare ourselves during our retirement? Basically, today basic salary, we plus it with the amount of SI times year left for services, for our service. So the example become like this. 0.075, don't wrongly put the 0.0 because some of our staff, they put 0.75. Instead of getting the formula yield for the 54,000, they got 540,000, right? Okay, so the formula is 0.075 times 20 years of service, that the month times 12. So it's the months your reckonable service times the last drawn basic salary. So you'll be getting your service gratuity for 54,000. It's quite much, right? For us. Okay, on top of that, right, for the retirement benefits, what's made different between the RBF and RBF? So basically, this you will see in your payslip, this been deposited to your EPF on monthly basis. You see the payment is already been deposited to the EPF statement. So the difference for RBF is that after having served at the university for 1 year on permanent basis, but the NRBF is immediately after appointment of staff on permanent basis. You see, the first one is after 1 year on permanent basis. So after 1 year on permanent basis, the second one, the RBF, is immediately after appointed as a permanent basis. Right? All this, you see, effective from 1st January 2012, the university contribution to us according to the following table. You see type of fund that been given to the university for us. They give us the EPF, of course. Then we have the RBF, we have NRF. If you calculate in terms of the percentage, right? Monthly, the rate of contribution is yield to 24.3%. Okay, let us think. What is the best instrument for investment right now to get the 24.3%? Right, so high. You get the extra additional income, right, being deposited to our EPF account by the university to us up to 24.3%. Why I'm saying this? Because if these are all what IIUM give to us as staff of the university, right? Beside our monthly salary without fail, we have been given every month the salary, right? Let us together contribute more to our beloved university with at least This is harapan lah from us, with at least of non-compromise of good attitude and performance, right? The university have contributed so much for us. So what is our role? At least we already got the monthly salary every month without fail. So probably by contributing a little bit more to university will help the university so much. Okay, a little bit on the HRM challenges, right, at the central and KCDIOs. Basically, the managing the human resource is not only happen at MSD as a central, but we are aware that the KCDIOs play a bigger role, right, important role with their own staff, right? So this is just a point to ponder, right? How do we relate HRM with leading the way? Right, leading the way that been now is the new tag line come with the IIUM logo, right? So it's just strike out my mind that I would like just to express this. How do we relate HRM with leading the way? And when we see the leading the way, it's not only you lead the way, you become the pioneer and everything whatso not, but how we bring HRM, our human resource management at central or at the level of KCDIOs in the perspective of hire. What is hire? Meaning the leading the way, if you see the logo of leading the way, basically it comes with the 4 items, right, beneath it. Yeah, below it, you will see the leading the way come with the Khalifah, Amanah, Iqra, and Rahmatal lil Alamin. So that's why I'm just through this. Leading the way is not just that we lead we become the most outstanding one, the first one, right? It should come, the leading the way should come in the perspective of Khalifah, Amanah, Iqra, and Rahmatal Alamin. Khair, this is the short form of khair. So it's quite challenging to embed this into reality. But this is the challenges, I think. Right? So if you see the leading the way, this is the lyrics of this the lyrics of the song of our university, right? When I just throw the idea of how we relate the previous slide, right? How we bring HRM in the perspective of hire. You see, all the 4 items of hire leading the way is in the lyrics of IIUM song. You see the Khalifah and the blue font, Khalifah, Amanah, Iqra, Rahmatal lil Alamin. Okay, but just to be fair with all the community of the university, right? It's not easy basically. It's not easy basically to be at HRM. This is our personal opinion, right? It's not easy because we are we have to implement the governance, and then we have to share this with all, and then people sometimes say that macam bagus kan, macam tu lah. It's very challenging. It's, because at MSD we been exposed to know staff with we have to go by their performance. We have to see all the surveys, and then we know the history of the attendance and everything. But we are MSD ourselves is not that good. Okay, I can say that. But we are entrusted by university to be at MSD to execute this governance and policy. So it's very challenging for me and my team, right, to execute this because people will reflect, right? What are you doing? What you have the responsibility of just measuring the performance of your staff. But what about you, right? That is most I think challenging things that I face right now because it's not easy. But what I can say is that we macam kita kata pujuk hati lah. Jadi since we are here, so I would like to share. This is not from me. Basically, this is what we call a poetry from my friends Bondeno, right? So maybe this can be shared to all of you, and then the purpose of sharing this is to telling ourselves that we are here together to serve the university. So let me just read what is this hina atau mulia. Interesting. Sekalipun dia salah, jangan pula berasa kau betul. Bimbang terdetik kononnya kau lebih baik. Okay, next dia kata apa? Kalau engkau berjalan dengan setunduk-tunduk pandangan, tapi hatimu mendongak dengan setinggi-tinggi kesombongan, engkau belum cukup mulia, wahai manusia. Kalau engkau memandang kesilapan orang dengan berasa engkau lebih baik dari mereka, maka ingatlah, engkau juga tidak pernah sempurna. Mulia manusia itu pada hati, yang sedar bahawa semua manusia itu lemah. Kadang tersalah dan kadang perlu teguran berhikmah. Mulia manusia itu pada cuba berbaik-baik, bukan pada menunjuk-nunjuk baik, apatah lagi berlagak lebih baik. Mulia manusia itu pada menyokong usaha kebaikan, bukan pada memperlekehkan, bukan pada meniupkan keraguan hingga melumpuhkan lorong-lorong mendekati Tuhan. Mulia manusia itu pada sedar dirinya juga hina, lalu tidak tergamak dia menghina sesiapa. Engkau manusia bagaimana? So this poetry, it gives me insight, right? That although you are here, you are responsible to look into all the governance of the staff, right? But it's very important that we make it together. We are just here to implement the policy. We are here to highlight the policy, and we have to implement for the sake of the university. That's all. So I hope the sharing will benefit to all of you. So no worry, any questions, we open a Q&A session, maybe one or two, good enough, right? Okay, Hakim, I pass to you.
Thank you again to our speakers, Madam Asnili, for the verbal knowledge on HR matter being shared with us. So maybe we have one or two questions. Nampak muka Hakim? Handsome Hakim. Itu bukan soalan. Salam dia daripada N Shazwani. Salam Madam, for ASI date of appointment is referring to the date of report duty or the date of confirmation in service permanent. Oh, dia private.
Siapa dia? Yeah. Okay, let me, okay, so. Yes, the question is whether the date of report duty or the date of appointment. Okay, yeah. Okay, okay, for this question, right, we will follow from the date of the report duty, from the report duty date. The question is either from the date of the confirmation of service, right? No, that is not the date, but the date of your ASI, because your ASI normally have will be happen before you confirm, right? If you're not confirm, your ASI still there, but you just not confirm yet. So the date is following the date of report duty. Okay, thank you. Okay, the question from the YouTube, right? Is it true once a staff retired or resigned, the post will be vacant and no more replacement? It's not true. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, right? When a staff retired or resigned, the number of warrant is still there. That's why we are doing the placement, right? I hope the answers of that question. There will be replacement, no worry, inshallah. As long as it's not more than the number of warrant given by the JPA. Okay, next question, if I can read, right? Since IUM is practicing holacracy, will KCDIO decide the number of staff required? Okay, we open for the discussion, we open for the deliberation on the number of staff required. It's not meant that top-down assignment that this is the kuliah will be receiving this kuliah will, no, that is not the way. But whatever the number that been requested by the KCIO is it come with the justification. So when it's justified enough, then inshallah the number will be there. Okay.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Cerita sikit pasal TBK 1 dengan TBK 2.
TBK 1, TBK 2 untuk support staff ke? For support staff?
Ya, ya.
For support staff. Okay, still have for support staff TBK 1 and TBK 2 after 13 years of service. So, soalan, bukan soalan cerita.
Okay, TBK 1 lepas 13 tahun.
Yes.
TBK 2 lepas 13 tahun juga
13 tahun juga.
13 lah.
Yes, 13.
So 26 lah baru naik TBK 2. Oh, namanya.
22 tambah 13. But it's good enough, right? They have 2 times of the time-based promotion for our support staff to appreciate their contribution to the university for the 13 years. Then they'll be given the time-based promotion.
Ada kriteria lain tak? Nak bukan dia tak automatic juga kan walaupun TBK.
Time-based criteria will be the same. Basically the criteria for the performance will be the same like a merit. Sama juga. We look into the criteria that been stated in the merit rules. So tak adalah basically once dia fulfill the criteria, dia punya attendance record, dia punya disciplinary tak ada, then confirmation in service, CPD punya point fulfill. Okay, sama macam merit juga, it's same like merit but it's a time based. That's why although our staff they've been promoted through merit or time based, but the responsibility and the expectation from the university is still the same. Because they've been assessed, they've been evaluated based on their performance for the 3 years back. So, okay, ada lagi tak? Okay, soalan from Sister Mazlina, Madam Mazlina, is there any difference between IUM DG and DG under KPM? We are using the same scheme of service, just that the determination of the salary, right? The determination of salary, the DG under KPM, they would like to have the diploma in teaching, whereas our DG at IUM, that one based on the authority of our committee meeting. In terms of the salary grade, they're no different because we are using the same scheme of service of JPA. Okay, how about Muhammad Daniel? How about the appointment of shareholders at kuliah? Should they fall on which category of appointment? Okay, shareholder of okay macam ni kalau untuk shareholder at kuliah, okay, on the appointment, right? The staff that been appointed as shareholder, the staff is our staff. right? That's why the criteria for shareholder, we have the criteria of the shareholder. You may check from our circular. Yeah, we have revisit the shareholder criteria, and if they are our permanent staff, so they are appointed based on the appointments, the what we call it, the permanent appointment. If the staff is a contract staff, so they will be appointed as a contract staff, then they will be appointed as a shareholder. It's a different step. First be appointed as a staff, then be appointed as shareholder. Okay, next. Okay, Hilda, how about staff request for transfer to other KCDIOs? May I know how long is the transfer request being processed? Okay, this is a good question, right? The request for transfer. Okay, basically, in 2020, what we did that we look all the letters, and we look into the request of all staff that request for transfer. But to have a harmony, we call it transition, right? Or effect of the transfer, we suggest, we shall recommend that the staff to get a mutual transfer from their colleagues, and at the same time the release from the boss. Okay, if that happen, meaning the boss that receiving and the boss that release is giving the recommendation, and then you have your mutual staff that would like to exchange the placement, right? So basically in 1 week or 2 weeks, we have no problem on that. But the problem that maybe raised when the staff request for the transfer without the mutual staff, right? And then without informing the boss. Okay, that's where the transfer process delay, because normally what we'll do is that if let's say two staff are requesting for transfer, okay, this is option. This is one scenario, right? Two staff is requesting for transfer. Both staff is not not have the recommendation from the boss, right? What we did is that we will communicate back to the staff to get the letter, to get the email been assessed or been reviewed by the staff, by the supervisor or by the boss, right? Okay, the first scenario, he or she also don't know the mutual staff that would like to transfer, right? But we at MSD, we have the list. So what we'll do is that we try to match the subject to the boss give the permission, right? Okay, the second scenario is the staff try to find the counterpart staff that would like to have the transfer, right? And then both also get the recommendation from the boss. So that one's very, very fast, because we can immediately inform that that both bosses agreed, and then both candidates already have a mutual agreement. It's good if, let's say, only with one letter we got all the four names there. Meaning four names tu siapa? Four names tu all the two bosses punya recommendation, and the two names that want to have the mutual transfer. Itu lagi cepat. Because we have to be fair with the office that receiving the staff or releasing the staff, because it impact on the activities that they have right now. So just requesting by yourself, you're only you know that you want to transfer, it's not a good. I'll say that it's good to have some negotiation or some discussion with your immediate boss, right? And then if you didn't find your mutual candidate, that let us check here. If we have the list, then we try to match. But if let's say that I'm trying to say that if everything is one paper, right, in one paper where the two bosses agreed and then the mutual, the two staffs agreed, then it's very fast. Okay, that is about the transfer. Madam, could we get a copy of this slide presentation? Of course, inshallah, we'll share that. What's this? Who determine which department is critical for the post? vacant after the staff retired. Do MSD do the admin audit before determine the disbursement of the post to that? Okay, this is for the academic or admin post. Okay, for academic, normally we have a form. The compulsory, the application as this one critical after retired. Okay, after retired, right? Okay, normally staff after retired, if let's say the area of specialization is still needed, there is still not have the what we call that the successor for that area of specialization. Okay, the in the form, right? The kuliah can take that the kuliah still have don't have the immediate subject expert, right? So when they retired, that normally the kuliah give the recommendation, and then this form will be deliberated at ASSC. So the committee will decide it based on the recommendation of the kuliah. The kuliah have to justify, okay, this area is very critical. We still need the staff to teach in this subject and everything, right? It's all from the kuliah. We didn't like we said, MSD is just a criteria. We didn't put any determination, is it critical or not. It's not us, but it's a recommendation. So whatever the recommendation, normally we table back to the committee to decide. Okay. It's a committee. We just take all the deliberation, all the justification. We table at the meeting. The meeting that I shared to you, right? The list of meeting for admin, we table at the AGSSC. For academic, we table it at the ASSC. Okay. Nili, apa soalan tu? Oh, dah nak. Gratuity dikira sampai berapa lama servis? Gratuity dikira sampai berapa lama years of service? Mengikut berapa lama yang you service. Dia macam tu lah. Gratuity dikira sampai berapa lama years of service? Jawapan dia is a follow to the years of service that you serve the university. For permanent staff lah. Yang apa ni tadi, yang mengikut dia kena subject to the dia punya kriteria tadi lah kan, to serve at least 10 years.
Okay.
Okay, ada soalan lagi?
Okay, terima kasih.
Okay, saya rasa banyak lebih pada 2 saya jawab. Alhamdulillah, my team apa ni standby kat sini, so saya inilah dapatlah jawapan dari kan, alhamdulillah. So basically saya rasa begitulah cakap.
Terima kasih semula Madam Asnili for the sharing and for the answering the question. For those sebenarnya question yang tak sempat dijawab oleh speaker, mungkin boleh get back to MSD, kami akan jawab. Paling efektif adalah to email pada kami semula. So alhamdulillah, we have come to the end of today's session. Hopefully we could have benefit from this and apply to takeaways to the near future, inshallah. May Allah bless our effort and accept our good deeds. Let's close today's program with tasbih kafarah and surah wal-as. Subhanakallah bihamdi, subhanakallah bihamdika, asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Illa allazina amanu wa amilus solihat wa tawasaw bil haqq.
Jangan padam lagi, kejap.
Share terus lah.
Share slide.
Boleh di PDF kan tak?
Okay, insyaAllah HRM team akan sharekan slide sekejap ke bahagian chat dia, boleh refer.
Boleh je. Belum. Tak tengah share ni. Successful, okay.
Okay, kami akan share slide di chat. Mungkin kalau mana yang tak dapat tu boleh email kepada kami semula lah. Kami akan share sekali lagi.
Dah. Betul tak? Teacher. Okay tak?